stretch, opening up that thoracic spine and then bringing it back home. Really nice. I'm just going to come around and help. If you feel like you're doing all of this without lifting up your hips, keeping both your legs straight, we can lift up those toes with the outside foot to get a deep stretch into that hamstring. But if we're finding that this side is a bit too much, we can bend both of those legs so we don't go as deep into that stretch. We're both looking good here, trying to keep those hips down. Really, really nice. Lovely. We're going to do a few more pairs. Just reach out to the side of the room, nice and slow. And bring it back in. We're going to do one more. Nice inhale together. As we exhale, we're going to go back. Reach that arm out to the side. And bring in that carriage back. We're going to take off our block now. And place it back onto our platform. We're tail of our hamstring part is our shoulder bridge. So if we inhale, exhale, squeeze those glutes, go up into that shoulder bridge, holding it there. We're going to inhale. As we exhale, press that carriage away, keeping our hips nice and high, really nice, holding those hips up. And then bring the carriage back home, and then roll back down vertebrae by vertebrae. If we feel like we can do a few of these while we're up there, we don't need to roll back down. We can stay up in that shoulder bridge, holding it up. A few hamstring curls here, so let's go out. Bring those hips back in, lovely. Can we go one more? Lovely, really nice. Bring those hips up nice and high, and now relax down. There we go. Good, that's it, pull it up. And now we're going to rest. Good. Keep going ahead. So bring your feet forward just a little bit to the platform. That's it. We're going to lift up our hips, squeeze our glutes really nice. From here, extend out. Good. Keep those hips nice and high. And then bring it back in. Hips up. And then roll down vertebrae by vertebrae. Yeah? Trying to keep that carriage nice and still when we do our shoulder bridge. And then we let it go out. Good. Bring those hips back up. Squeeze and bring it. Roll it down. Really nice. We're going to do one more here. So we're going to inhale, exhale, so squeeze those glutes up. One hamstring curl. Bring it back in. Really nice. And then roll down. Really, really good. Lovely. From here, we're going to step off of our carriage to the right side. That's it. We're going to put our footballs down. So, put our footballs down. And now we're just going to go into frontal squat, which is working our hamstrings, our glute max, and our quads. If you want to get your block, just place it down. That's it, just so you know. I'm going to be on one yellow spring. There we go. Lovely. So from here, we're going to step up onto our platform first. Nice and central of our platform, and then up onto the carriage. There we go. Making sure that that foot is nice and close to the edge of the platform and the carriage. Lovely, really nice. And we're making sure our feet are nice and parallel. From here, we're going to inhale. As we exhale, just going to nudge that carriage open. So we're now shoulder width apart. That's it. Bring it in just as we like. That's it. We're going to make sure we've got our nice neutral alignment again. So our chin is tucked, our ribs are flaring out, our abs are engaged. We've got our nice top of that pelvis. We're going to go into our squat here. So we're going to bend our knees and press our hips back as we go down into that squat. We can bring our hands forward if we need. That's it. Holding it there. Making sure we're not moving the carriage here. And then we'll squeeze our glutes as we come back up. Keep that carriage nice and still. Really nice. If we need to, we can check in the mirror for some feedback. So as we go down into our squat, we look into the mirror. Making sure we've got two parallel lines. So our spine is one parallel line with our shins. And then we come back up. Really nice. Making sure we don't move that carriage. And let's now just work through this squat in your own time, moving up and down. Really, really nice. And squeeze those glutes as we come back up. Let's go down again. Lovely. Really nice. Keep those nice two parallel lines. If we're finding that this is all okay, hold that squat down a little bit longer this time. So let's go down. Hold that squat there. 3, 2, 1, and then return back up. Let's just nudge those in a little bit. That's it. So we're still shoulder width apart. Lovely. Let's try that again. If this is too much, just do one squat and then return back up without doing that little hold down there. Back up. That's it. Making sure when we go down next time, try and get our knees and go in a little bit. There we go. And just out. Nice. Squeezing those glutes as we come back up. We're going to do one more here. We're going to all hold it down for 3. working through that slide now. We can do more. And if we can't, just do one and then return back up. Really nice. Try and keep that in. That's it. Good. And returning back up. Good. We're going to do a few more here now. So we're going to squat down. See if we can do 2 slides. In. One more. Really nice. And then returning back up, placing that heel down and standing up. We're going to step off our carriage backwards now. So step off with your carriage side foot first. That's it. And then your platform first. We're moving into dumb waiter now. We're going to be on one yellow spring, so we don't need to change anything. We're going to kneel onto our carriage with our knees up close to the shoulder pads. That's it. Then we're going to sit back down onto our heels. So dumb waiter is working through our GLN and our rotator cuffs. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab the opposite strap. So right arm's going to grab the left strap, left arm's going to grab the right strap. We're going to place our hands through those small loops, and we're going to make sure that our palms are facing up towards the ceiling. We're going to bring our elbows close to our waist now, bring it in, tuck it in. Lovely. From here, we are going to make sure that our forearms are parallel to the floor, so making sure nice and parallel to the floor like that. That's it. We're going to inhale. As we exhale, we're going to externally rotate our arms out towards the side of the room. Pull that's it, and bring it up in. Making sure we keep our elbows nice and tucked into our ribs. We're going to work through this motion now. So make sure these elbows don't lift up and tucking in. That's it. Bring it back in. So just keeping our shoulders nice and back and down as well. Nice, that's good. That's it, better. So we're keeping those elbows nice and tucked. Keeping those arms parallel. If we're finding we can do all of this, keeping our elbows nice and close to our waist, we can reach down further those loops and hold the knots so we get a little bit more tension. But if we feel like this is okay today, we can stay there. But if we feel like this is a little bit too much, we can just hold into those larger loops, which will be a bit easier for us. That's it, lovely. If we would like a little challenge today as well, we can come up into a high kneeling position, squeeze those glutes, brace those out, and we do the same motion again. Externally rotate, really nice, and then bring it back in. Keep those elbows, so bring those elbows in here, and now just try and rotate your arms out to the side. So we're trying to keep those elbows nice and tight to us. Really nice. A few more here. Nice and slow. Slow it down a little bit. That's it. And bring it back in. Really nice there. Really, really good. That's it. Going to do one more here. Out to the side. Come back home. And then we're going to sit down back onto our bum. Put those straps back onto our poles. That's it. There we go. And then we're going into our 4-point hover here. This is working our core muscles, our TVA, strengthening around our lower back as well. We place our hands onto the carriage. We're still on the yellow spring, so we don't need to change anything. And we're going to walk our feet back till our toes are on the platform, tucked in. Lovely. Just walk our hands back a little bit. We want to make sure that we're in a nice 4-point position. So our shoulders are above our hands and our hips are above our knees. We won't be in this full position until we lift our knees and press the carriage away. Firstly, here we're just going to do a few cat-cows. So we're going to tuck in our belly button and press it up towards the ceiling as we arch our back. Lovely. Imagine pressing your chest up into my hand. That's it. And then I'm going to press it away as it goes down towards the carriage. Lovely. Really nice here. And then press your back up in towards my hands now. Press it up, getting that nice stretch, and then pressing it down. Lovely. From here, we're going to find that neutral spine. So we're just in between. Our back is nice and straight. Just going to lift that up a little bit so we've got that nice straight back. Making sure our toes are tucked. From here, we're going to inhale, and we're going to lift our knees up slightly, and then just nudge the carriage away. So we're in that nice position. So just nudge that carriage a little bit away. There we go. So now we see our hips are above our knees, and our shoulders are above our hands. Holding it there, that's it. Really nice. And then bring the carriage back and press those knees down. Lovely. We're going to try and hold it this time for 5 seconds. So let's lift those knees up. Nudge that carriage waist fit in that nice neutral position with that nice lower back. And we're holding it there. For 3, for 2, and 1. Bring that carriage back down, press those knees. Have a little rest, and we're going to go again. Making sure we're engaged that core. We've got that nice strong back. Shoulders are back and down as well. Are we ready? We're going to inhale. As we exhale, let's lift those knees up. Holding that nice position, nudge that carriage away. Holding it there. For another 3, another 2, and a 1, and relax down. Nice, just have a little rest here. Making sure we don't keep that nice straight back and don't arch this lower back. Yeah, keeping those knees above our hips. We're going to go again. We are ready. We're going to inhale. As we exhale, lift those knees up, squeeze that core, engage that core, nudge that carriage away so we're in that nice tabletop position. Holding it there. For 3, for 2, for 1, and relax now. If we're finding we can do all of this, we can hold it up there for a little bit longer. So you can do that at your own time, just hold it up there a little bit longer. If this is too much, you can just hold for a few seconds and then get that rest down like we've been doing. Lovely. Press those knees down. We're going to do one more all together if we can for 5 seconds. We're going to inhale, let's lift those knees up, press that carriage away and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax down. Really, really nice there. Okay, now we're going to step off our carriage to the left side now, and we're going to face it. We're going into our frontal squat and slide now on the other side, so we're going to be on one yellow spring still, so we've got that on. We're going to step up onto our platform first, and then up onto our carriage, making sure we've got our feet are nice and parallel, so we're just turning it in a bit. Bring the feet nice and close to the edges of the platform and the carriage. Lovely. We're going to be working through our hamstrings, our quads, and our glute max again. So we're going to inhale, as we exhale, nudge that carriage open just slightly so we get our nice neutral alignment to a shoulder width apart. Just bring the carriage in a little bit. Perfect. We're going to make sure we've got our chin tucked, shoulders back and down. Our abs are engaged and we're squeezing our glutes so we can get that nice little top of that pelvis. From here we're going to try and keep the carriage still as we go back down into our squat. So let's squat down now, out into that nice squat, sending those hips back, keeping those nice 2 parallel lines. If we need, we can look in the mirror to make sure we're getting that spine is nice and straight. We're engaging our shoulders, then back and down, squeezing onto our armpits to get that bit of support. And we're squeezing our glutes as well. Trying to keep that carriage nice and still. Really nice. Working through this position now. Just want to push your knees out a little bit. That's it. Good. Yeah. And then squeeze those glutes as you come back up. Really nice. Keep going through this squat now. If we're doing all of this, we're keeping the carriage still. We can hold that squat down just a little bit longer before we return. If we find this is too much today, we can just squat down and then return back up. Nice. And come back up. Really nice. Let's see if we can hold that squat down now together for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and return up. Squeeze those glutes as we come back. Lovely. Keep working through that squat, keeping that carriage nice and still. We're making sure we're squeezing our glutes as we come back up. Really nice. That's it. Working through this squat here. Lovely. Make sure we've got those nice 2 parallel lines. We're going to make this our last squat now. As we go down, squeeze those glutes as we return back up to our standing position. We're going to move back into our frontal slider now. So make sure we nudge that carriage open just slightly so we're shoulder width apart. We've got that nice neutral alignment. We're going to be working through our hamstring, working through those slides. If we find this is too much, just do one slide and then return to that squat. Keeping that hip nice and high, really nice. Keeping that heel up really high as well from that carriage. Returning up, really nice and well. Extend out, squeeze that glute. Bringing it back high, nice. Return down and up. Just working through those slides here. Squeezing that glute so as we bring that carriage back home, we're using that inner thigh to squeeze it back home. Really nice. We're going to all do one more slide now, so let's go down into that squat, transfer that weight over, lift up that heel. One more slide out to the side, keeping that hip nice and high. Bring the carriage back home. Place that heel back down and stand up. Lovely. We're going to bring that carriage back in. We're going to step off our carriage side first, then our platform first. Oh, okay. Alright, and we're all finished. Thank you so much.